Welcome back to the Meeple Marathon. Today we're going to be doing a full solo playthrough of Hadrian's Wall by Garfield Games. So, in my last video, I kind of went over the basics of what I felt like you would need to know in order to play Hadrian's Wall. So if you're interested in checking out that video, check out what's popping up in the upper right corner at this moment. So beyond that, we're just going to go ahead and get started. I've actually gone ahead and drawn my first fate card. This is giving me my initial resources, which are right over here, and I get an extra resource because you always start with your resource production at 1. So I got 2 from my card and 1 from my sheet here. Then these are my 2 cards that I've drawn for round 1, and so one of these I have to choose to have be endgame scoring conditions, and the other one I'm going to gain the resources that are in the lower left corner here. So I tend to really like the temple track, more specifically the garden track, but I enjoy building up my priest track, so I'm going to go with filled temples. I also would much rather have an extra civilian than 2 more servants, because I only got 1 civilian. So we're going to go ahead and slot filled temples as our first path. And so then this is going to go over here. So I have access to this good if I wanted to in the market, or this scouting pattern here. Also, I can flip over the top 2 cards of the Solo AI's deck, and so I also have access to these 2 and these 2 here. But again, if I use them, I'm going to have to be flipping over additional fate cards at the end of the day. Alright, so let's just figure out where we want to start here. Obviously, I need to get my cohort built up a little bit, and that's pretty straightforward. And I want to get my priests going. I really like the gardens because they give you a ton of attributes and civilian checkoffs. So let's go ahead and what do we want to do here? Get our small temple going? Yeah, so I'm going to spend 1 here to go here. That's going to give me a extra purple guy. And now I have the ability to build my small temple. This is going to give me here in a second the ability to kind of cover up a mistake if I don't pick the right cohort in the beginning. So I'm going to have this favor card that I can use at any point in time. So let's go ahead and then spend these 2 guys plus this, and that's going to allow us to build our small temple. So we're going to get 1 piety here. And now I can be spending people I need to spend 2 people to build up my small, or fill in my small temple. Now I'm not quite sure if I'm ready to do that quite yet. Now I just used my only builder to build that small temple, but I have something else I can use here. So let's go ahead and spend this guy to fill out our performer track, because theater is another great resource in my opinion. This is going to give me my builder back. And then I'm going to use this builder to fill out the first level of my fort. Okay. And now I can spend this right here on the wall, which is going to give me a yellow builder back. All right. Let's go ahead and spend 1 of these soldiers on the wall guard here, and we'll pick the middle cohort. Again, I have no way of knowing what's coming for me, so we're just randomly picking 1 there. All right, so I could really use another builder. So I think I'm actually going to spend this guy to come up here to the Proprietor's track, which is going to give me a builder. And then I'm going to use these 2 guys, boom, boom, and this to build my theater. Boom, boom. There we go. And then I'm going to use this to put on 1 performance. So I can only do 1 performance per year, but since I'm at level 1, it took me level 1 to build the theater, and I have to be level 1 to do my first performance. I only have to spend a resource, so those go away, and I put the year that I did it right there. And this gives me a check off on the trader track. It's going to give me a purple worker back. Ta-da! All right. The last thing we can do here is spend these two guys to fill in. Do we want to go right here, or do we want the resource production? I think we need to have the kind of ability, if we miss here, to not take a disdain early on. So I've spent my 2 purple workers here. Now I have 1 guy left here. I haven't opened up my patrician's track yet, so I can't scout with him. I could go ahead and bring in my next level of fort, or I could go ahead and do my next level of wall guard. Let's go ahead and actually, I forgot, I should have 2 piety checked off there. Let's go ahead and push advance on our wall guard. So I'm going to spend this guy up here. That's going to end my round for me, but we're doing pretty good. So let's go ahead. We are in round 1, so we're playing on easy. We're going to flip over 1 card, and it is the right cohort, but that's okay. So we're done with that card. I don't have any check boxes over here, so it would get through, but I can go ahead and spend this favor by crossing through it to say, all right, I got away with that one. So instead of taking 1 disdain, I'm going to take 1 valor. All right, so we're nice, evenly advanced on that track. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is a round. Like I said, if you kind of understand what it is you want to accomplish each round, it goes pretty fast. So let's move on here. These cards can all go away. And these are now my resources for this next round. 1, 2, 3, just 1, no resources, but I am getting 1 from here. That might hurt a little bit. All right, and I'm done with this card now. All right, then I need to choose between my 2 cards, Forager, Resource Production, or Completed Cohorts, which is pretty tough to do, I will say that. I actually have gotten close to doing 2, but I've never even come close to doing 3. So let's say, I have to get to 3. Yeah, this should be pretty easy to at least get to 3, so we'll do... Although this one's going to give me a resource that I need. I don't really need another soldier. So we're going to do completed cohorts, mainly because I want the second brick here. All right. Okay, and then last but not least, I flip over 2 of these, and we'll just put them over here. All right. So, completed cohorts. All right, so that's now my goal. What do we want to do with our lives here? Do we want to continue building up our priest track? Okay, so at this point, I feel like I need more civilians. 1 is not going to get me very far. You can see that the number 2 block here is empty on all of these tracks, so I don't get anything for advancing on that civilian. I thought about coming here and spending on the patricians to get a resource, and then I could scout, but I would need 2. Scouting would give me another resource. I really want to build up to get to the small and large gardens here, but just spending 1 here is not helpful at the moment. So what I'm actually going to do is build my small hotel, because I've got a decent amount of builders and lots of servants here. So hopefully this is a good strategy. So I'm spending this to fill in this circle, and that's going to give me an instant civilian. Okay, and now each year I'm going to get an extra civilian, so I should be pretty good pushing forward there. All right, now what I need to do is I want to push in my theater track, and I want to push up on my small gardens track here. So I think I'm going to go ahead and actually spend boom right here. Go ahead and spend 2 civilians, because I can't see anywhere else that I could spend these 2 civilians and get another civilian back pretty easily. So that is going to give me a servant back. Okay, and now I can spend here boom and boom on my small gardens. Okay, so what I love about the gardens is it pushes all the other tracks. So I get a piety, which is going to give me a servant, but I also get a check off on my trader track, a check off on my performer track, and a check off on my own priest track, which is then going to give me another piety. So now I have made it pretty far down the priest track. That's why I felt okay doing that. And at this point, I need to kind of cross through this here. All right, so I don't attempt to do that again. All right, so now I'm stuck with a whole bunch of these guys, which are good for setting up diplomats, but I don't have any resources. And again, resource production probably needs to be advanced here. So let's go ahead and spend at least 2 of these guys to push here and here. That's going to give me 1 resource, and it's going to give me a resource production. Okay, now the question is, what do I do with these soldiers? I definitely want to try and, I've spent my 1 favor I've acquired, so I need to build up my cohort here as best as possible. So one of these guys is going to go to the wall guard here, and we've seen center, we've seen left and right, so let's do to the right. Okay, and now we got 1 more. I could spend him down here on the fort, because soldiers can help build the fort just like builders, which is going to need to happen to advance the wall. And so I'm thinking that's probably what we are going to do. Also, I'm going to be able to go here to the theater to get 1 more. So if I could push further on the disdain track, or discipline track, sorry, I would get 1 more builder. I don't know if I'm going to get there. But let's go ahead and spend this. Oh no, because I'm not to level 3 yet. Bonkers. Can't do that. Alright, let's go ahead and spend this guy in the fort. This will allow me to quickly get to these here, which are going to be very profitable. I'm going to spend these 2 guys. Unfortunately, the only thing they can really do by themselves is either go to the temple, which I haven't unlocked my medium temple yet, or fill in these 2. And then until I build my medium granary, I'm not going to be able to go any further. But if I don't use these guys, they're wasted. So let's just use them here. Boom, 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 boom. There, and I've got this. I could do the sippy or the wall. Let's go ahead and do the wall. I may even just ignore the sippy for a while. Okay, so we have spent all our resources. We're on round 2, so I'm flipping over 2 cards. And I've got 2 coming down the middle. Unfortunately, one of those is going to get through, so I'm going to take 1 disdain. I'm going to have to circle this box right here. And I have the opportunity to gain 2 valor or 2 disdain. Well, I took 1 of those as disdain, so I get the other one as valor. And that's it. So not too bad. That's only -1 point at the end of the game. Alright, so let's just roll right into round 3 here. I'm getting 2, 1, just 1 servant this time, but that's okay. I want civilians, yes. I want resources, so I'm okay with this card. I'm getting 2 additional resources here, and I'm getting 1 additional civilian. There. I am done with this card now. Let's flip over 2 cards here. Done with these. Alright, so 2 more resources, or a builder and a resource. This one is constructed landmarks, and this one's large buildings. Neither one of these I tend to focus on very much. Whew. I'd rather have the builder resource. So I'm going to put this guy over here, slot this guy over here. The thing is, the path cards don't really get you a ton of VP at the end of the game. The attribute track is where you're getting most of your VP. So I try not to stress too much over my path card and how they're going to score. And then we're going to get 2 more from this guy. There we go. Okay. All right. So let's see here. How do we want to start now? Okay. So I definitely want to get here. Actually, while I was sitting there thinking, thought, oh, I did a theater thing. I should write in a 2. And then I remembered, no, I couldn't do it because I'm not 3 yet. So I crossed through that here. I'm going to write it in just a second, though, because I think think I want to go ahead and take that action. So let's spend our civilian to go here. It's going to give us another servant. All right, and now I can spend one of my resources to go here. We're going to make that a 3 instead of a 2. That's going to give me a discipline and a soldier. Okay. And now I'm going to spend one of those soldiers to build up my fort, which is going to allow me to spend one of my resources to build up my wall and give me a civilian. Okay. I'm also thinking that I kind of want to work on my renown track, so I might actually start going towards the market here. You can see, interestingly enough, the only options I have to do anything here are to get a level 2 thing, but that's fine. We can start there. So I'm going to spend another civilian here to get a builder. And I think go ahead and spend my 4th civilian. Yeah, I'm fine with that. Another civilian here to go here. Now I can spend these 2 guys, builder, servant, and a resource, to build my market. So I'm going to come here. And now I can spend a resource to claim any one of these. It doesn't matter, so I'm going to take my own. I'm going to write a 2 there. All right, that's going to get me a renown, which is going to give me a civilian back. All right, and I'm feeling pretty good about that start. I may also actually go ahead and build my small precinct here, because that's going to give me a push in resource production. I can't push any further here. I'm not ready to build my medium granary yet. I don't know why necessarily, but instead of putting my servant somewhere else, I'm going to put my servant along with my civilian to do the precinct. So I'm going to get a piety, a resource production, and a actual resource. Now, if I can figure out how to get one more resource somewhere, I would be super golden. I don't know where I'm going to get it though. All right, let's go ahead and take this builder to build along our fort. So that's going to give us a civilian back. And then we'll spend, one of these to get a nice big jump here. That's going to give us a renown, and we'll fill in the left cohort. I'd really love to go ahead and get a diplomat out, and so I can focus on one cohort and then really start to fill up maybe 2 out of the 3, since that is one of my end game scoring conditions. I need to cross through this here. But I have another idea of what I want to do with some of my resources here. So I'm actually going to spend 2 right off the bat here. I'm going to check off here and here. It's going to give me 2 resources. Done. And then I'm going to spend those 3 resources to build my small workshop, which is going to give me a builder and a builder at the beginning of every turn. Okay. And so now I can push forward with, I'm going to be drawing 3 cards this round. So I need to spend one of these builders here. And one of these wall guards here. We can go ahead and spend another, put another wall guard here, which is going to give me here, which is going to give me a second guy. And one of these guys I can train up, so in year 3 I did this. He becomes a black, essentially, which allows me to cross through that. And we will fortify the center again. Alright, and now I can't do any more with my wall guards until I build my medium granary. So let's go ahead and spend him to push over here. That's going to give us a civilian. And where do I want to spend this civilian? I'm thinking the trader track, because the priest would give me a servant, but I actually cannot spend that servant anywhere. He would be completely wasted. I'm not too concerned about my one disdain right now, so my proprietor's track I'm kind of ignoring at the moment. Yeah, or the performer's track. Actually, yeah, I think we're going to put it on the performer's track. Okay, so that's all he got to do. All right, but that's the end of the round, so we're going to take 3 cards here and see where we're coming in. All 3 down the middle. Are you serious? Okay, so I blocked 2 of them. Okay, but I'm taking 1. So 1 disdain. I have the ability to take 2 things. So 1 disdain and 1 valor. That's going to give me a soldier. Now when you gain a soldier this way, technically when you're like between rounds, you get to carry him over, unless it's the very last round of the game. In that case, he's lost, but I will gain him for the beginning of the next round. So let's roll right into round 4. Lots of soldiers, a builder, 1 servant, 2 civilians, 2 resources. Then we look over here. I'm going to get a yellow and a blue, and 1, 2, 3 more here. All right. Let's flip over my 2 cards, and completed wall sections and completed scout columns. Now see, normally this would be a much more obvious thing to take, a builder and a wall section, but I can use the soldiers as my builders, and I'm really not going for scouting at all. These are going to go away here, but scouting can give you some resources here and there, so actually not but a 6, having a 6 over here would be super helpful because 6s are rare. So yeah, because we're kind of going for goods. So we're gonna do completed wall sections. All right, so I'm gonna get just 1 soldier, and then we're gonna add 2 more cards here, and now we're good to go. Okay, so there's a lot of things I want to accomplish this round, and we just got to start somewhere. So I'm going to spend this guy to go here. It's going to give me another soldier. That's going to allow me to do another performance. So I'm going to spend a resource to do that in year 4. It's going to give me a piety, which is going to give me another servant that I needed, and another servant. Okay. I almost was forgetting that I needed to work on my temples, so I'm going to spend these 2 guys and these 2 resources to build my medium temple here. We're going to try and get at least the medium temple filled. Alright, and last but not least, I realize I need to go ahead and build my medium granary. I did not want to forget about that. That way I can push forward on some of these other tracks. All right, with all of that business out of the way, what do we want to push for here? I will definitely want to take advantage of my 6. So let's go ahead and spend this here. We are at 5. So I could go either one of these, it doesn't matter. So we're going to do 6. That's another renown. All right, and I will go ahead and spend this guy to go up here to get resource production and a resource in hand. All right, now I would like to spend you to advance here, and then this to go along my wall section here. Alright, I would love to figure out how to get 2 more resources, but I don't know how I'm going to get those unless I just push down the patrician's track. which I'm not going to get to. Actually, I could get to going that direction, but it's not going to help me. Or I could scout. That's not a bad idea, actually. So let's go ahead and spend one here to go right here. And then I'm going to spend one here to go ahead and use my card again to do 1, 2, 3, 4. It's going to give me my 2 resources I was requesting, and I spent that scout at level 2. Okay. And then I can spend 2 resources here to push twice along my wall section, and I will go ahead and continue to build up the center. I don't know if that's the best idea. Alright, but since I have my medium granary built, I can go ahead and start utilizing these guys to do some additional stuff. So let's do a little bit of this action. Let's spend this guy to push on the fort. That's going to give me a yellow guy who I can then immediately turn around to spend here, and it gets me my black guy back. So I essentially, did all that, and now I'm back to where I started, and I'm even further along the patrician's track. I may actually utilize my 4 in a row here. I can use this pattern as many times as I want. I just need to push one more time along the patrician's track, so I may actually do that. So let's go ahead and spend you to push here. This is going to give me a renown and get that guy right back. And that allows me to then spend one of these guys to scout again and come down this side. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, giving me 2 more resources here. Oh man. Alright. 1, 2. That could get me there. Alright. So I can spend, how do I want to spend these? I almost actually would love to have a servant right now. I don't have a servant, but I can get a servant easily enough, but then I'm giving up my 2 guys. Ugh. Do I spend these guys both in the fort? I don't need either of these resources. So let's spend 1 and 1. Let's do that. So the soldier's going here, this guy's going here to get me a renown. Oh no, I do need to spend both of these. Alright, that's going to get me my civilian I needed. Okay, and then I can spend one of these civilians to creep up on this track, which will give me the servant I have requested. Did I not spend this guy? I think I was supposed to spend that guy. Alright, and so now I could do medium precinct production. Yeah, knock my medium precinct out of the way. It's going to give me 1 resource to spend there and a builder. So I could go there and there, yeah. So I'm going to spend all these guys to do my medium. No, I can't. I'm not at 6 yet. Ooh. Well, that's gross. So if I spend one of these guys to get to 6, then I'm stuck. So how do I want to spend these guys? If I can get 1 more discipline, I can get a builder back, but I don't know where I'm going to get that from. I do need to eventually push along here, so I could go ahead and go bam, 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 bam by going bam, bam there. That would get me to 7 and set me up for the next, doing my large gardens the next time around. Not giving up today. Alright, let's do this. Boom and boom. Let's go ahead and do this again. Boom and boom. So I'm getting 2 servants out of this. And I can use 2 here. Boom, boom. That's another piety. Boom. Question is, do I spend this guy down here in my temple, or do I go up here and push along mining and foresting? I'm feeling okay with my resource production, but I also want to build as much wall length as possible, so maybe we just do that. Yeah, so I'm going to spend this guy to check this off, and we're done. Alright, so we're in round 4. I'm flipping over 4 cards now. 1, 2, 3, 4. This could get ugly. Alright, that one's safe. That one's safe. That one's safe. And that one's safe. Look at that. I blocked them all. So I'm actually getting 3 Valor for that. 1, 2, 3, which is going to be just enough to give me a soldier to start the next round. So let's move into round 5. Alright, 2 more soldiers, 1 builder, 2 servants, 1 civilian, 2 here. 1, 2, 3, 4 more, and 1 of these 2 guys. Alright, we're done with that. I get 2 more cards here. Ooh, and they're the same. So completed wall guard sections or final disdain. Now I've kind of been ignoring disdain, so I think we're gonna slot this one over here. I can also use the 1, and we'll tuck you under here. Alright, so I'm getting another one of these guys each, which are good for me. And yeah, so let's see where we want to go with our turn. Oh, I get 2 more cards from the AI as well. Alright, so this right here is why I love the large gardens. We are at level 7 on our priest track, so without even thinking about it, this is a no-brainer in my opinion. It's a hefty amount of resources, but watch what's going to be allowed to happen now that I check this off. I'm going to get 1 piety, that's fine. But now I'm going to get 1 trade goods. I now can build my medium precinct. I'm going to get 1 on the theater, which allows me to now do my next performance. I'm going to get 1 on the priest track, which is going to give me another piety and give me another servant back. I'm going to get 1 on the proprietor track, which doesn't do anything, and 1 down here on the patricians track, which is going to give me a resource. Unfortunately, I have to scratch through all this, but that, in my opinion, is the best thing you can build in the entire game. Alright, so let's now just go through the things that we wanted to knock out. So we want to get our medium precinct. That's going to give us a builder, a resource, and resource production, and an actual resource. So now we can finally cross through this. And I also can purchase a goods. So I'm going to spend 1 of these to come up here and do a 1. That's going to give me a renown. Alright. I'm going to spend 1 of these to do my performance in year 5, which is going to give me a discipline and a soldier. This is where the comboing gets really fun, ladies and gentlemen. Alright, I could spend a resource here. I'd be flipping over an additional wall section. I don't know if I'm ready to do that just to get my 3. But it would give me 2 renown, it would give me another civilian. I'll think about that. I'll tuck this guy off to the side there. Okay, how close am I to building the monolith? A couple pieties away, 3 pieties away. Okay. So we need to continue building our wall section and build up our cohorts here. So let's do this. Spend 1 of you to go right here. That's going to give me a yellow. And 1, 2, 3. Possibly might need those guys. Possibly need these guys as well. I don't really need to build anything else over here, at least not right now as far as I'm concerned. So The courthouse is a lucrative way to get cheap servants, which could help me fill my temples, but I don't have another servant to spend right now. I could go ahead and fill up my priest track, but I'm going to get that here for free, so I don't really need to do that. Yeah, let's go ahead and spend you to make sure we check this box off, and then 2 more here to go boom and then boom. Alright, that's going to allow me to put one there and put one down here. Do I want to build my large hotel or large workshop? That's an excellent question. I do need to go ahead and kind of advance here a little bit, so we'll spend my yellow there, which is going to give me a purple back in return. Now I could push here on the purple. I could push here with the purple, but I could spend anything there. I could use the purple to like build my large hotel. Completed cohorts, constructed landmarks. I could scout. Yeah, I could scout and get me another resource. Maybe we'll do that. All right, let's scout here at level 5, and I'm going to use my own pattern to go 1, 2, 3, and 1. That's going to give me the resource I need there, and I've completed a row, so I'm going to get a valor. And I'm very tempted. I think I'm just going to do it. I don't do this often, but I'm going to give them a resource there to turn this into a 3. So I'm going to be flipping over 4 cards now. In the next, at the end of this round, I still have a ton of workers and stuff I can do stuff with. So where do we want to build stuff up? I could go boom, 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 get lots of builders, build up my fort maybe. Yeah, it's not a super bad idea. And spend you here to advance there, trade you out for that, and then we may just do it again right now. Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and do it again. Don't get anything for that, but that allows me to spend these 2 resources here. Yeah, because I can't spend these really on much anything else unless I build my baths, which I'm just not interested in today, although I could do my diplomat thing. That I feel like is a smart move. Okay, so I'm going to spend these here to build my diplomat. That's going to give me 1 valor and 2 favor that I can spend on my left track, because that's the one I have neglected the most. Okay. So let's see here. How can we pull this out? Yeah, let's go ahead and spend 2 here to push further on this track. So I'm going to get builder and a discipline back. And I can go ahead and spend this builder to go right here, which is going to get me it right back, and the ability to flex a cohort. So let's do this one so I can do 1 more even. All right, how can I get resource production? here, but I need one more servant. I really don't want to do that because I'm going to get that from my performance for free. Not for free, but maybe I just don't worry about it. Maybe I just go ahead and close this out now so I can get my servant to go boom boom. And get lots of resources for the last round. Where else could I spend this guy? We could go another discipline here. That's not really going to get me anything. I could go here for another builder. Although I need 2 discipline here to build my large granary, and I'm very short there. So let's go ahead and spend you on the wall guard. You on the wall guard. I could go here with you or here with you. Let's go here with you, and I am going to go ahead and close this out right now. Yeah, that would give me a builder, but I can't do anything with the builder. I want the servant, so the servant can go up here, and I can do this and get one of these, and this will allow me to go right here. Okay. All right, so we're flipping over 4 cards. No, 7 cards. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That's a lot because I gave them this resource here. So that's blocked. That's blocked. That's also blocked. That's blocked. That's blocked. That's blocked. Oh, one's gonna get through. Darn it. So close. All right. So we took 1 disdain, but out of the 3 possible, I'm going to get 2 valor, which is going to give me another soldier to start the round with. Okay, last round. 2 soldiers, 1 builder, 2 servants, 2 civilians, 1 resource, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 more. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 more. 1 of each of these colors. Okay, so we're done with that. We're done with these. And let's see what my last 2 cards are. Completed civilian tracks or total gladiator strength. Definitely not doing total gladiator strength. I'm actually doing pretty good on my completed citizen tracks. So I'm going to get another servant and another resource. I'm actually okay with that because I could really use some resources here. All right. So now see, I don't have to do my performance here. I could jump down here with it, but that's not really gaining me a ton. That would push me really far along the renown track. I really want to build a landmark here, and I'm pretty close there. But let's wait on that for a second. Performances, we could go ahead and push along our performances here and just close that out. Same thing with our patricians track here. Boom, boom. Let's see. Ooh. Yeah, I want to go ahead and knock this out. So by using my own 4, I forgot to flip these over too. Don't need the 1s. By using my own 4 and being, ooh, hold on, because this could give me something here. Before I do that, let's spend 1 here. Push up to 7. It's going to give me a builder. And 1 more to push up to a servant. Let's go ahead and do 1 more here to get a renown. And the question is, do I want to build a servant or do I want a servant or a builder? Complete all sections, complete guard sections. I think I actually want the builder. So I'm going to be able to get these guys back. So I'm going to spend this final guy to close out this track. It's going to give me a resource, which then I'm going to immediately use to come down here with my 4. Put the 4 right there, and that's going to give me 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, when I put in the 1, I should have gotten 2 renown instead of just 1. Did I take 2 renown? I don't remember. But this is giving me 2. This is giving me a guy right back. Okay. All right. So that's completed. This is completed. How many do I want? I want to get to 4. That might be tough, but we'll see. All right. How can I get there? Not that way at all. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. None of these other numbers are helping me. So let's come back over here to the wall, and we know we need to build our large granary. So circle that. It's going to give us a renown. We've spent that. Okay. Now I can spend some of these to, let's say, push along. Let's get another civilian and another cohort bump. Let's do the middle cohort. All right. All right, so I think I want to spend both of these to close out my performer track, because that's going to give me a few opportunities here to go boom and boom, here and here. Okay, now I can spend one of these resources to come down here and do a performance with this. That's going to give me boom, a person back, and down here on a patricianer, which is going to give me boom. Now I can build my archway. Okay, so archway. Spend you and you to build the archway, which is going to give me 2 valor, boom, boom, and give me a soldier in return. All right, are we close on anything else? It says 1, 2, 3 citizens tracks closed. 1, 2, 3 over here. So let's start pushing along our fort and our wall guards. So let's use these guys first to go here, and let's go ahead and spend the other one to go here. That's going to get us a citizen back. Okay, and our citizen, one of them could be spent here. Give us a soldier. And do I do the other one to do renown? Because then I'll give me piety. Yeah. Alright, so let's go ahead and spend this guy here. Go here, to go here, and here. Yeah, I feel like I just need one more. So I can get one here. Do I go all the way down to here? Yeah, I kind of need to. Okay. Let's focus back up here again. Let's get, I have so many soldiers and I need to fill up one of these wall guard tracks. So 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. I can fill up this cohort, boom, boom. That's going to give me boom, boom, which is going to give me a builder back. And 1, 2, 3, 4. Another check off down here. Okay. How can I get me across there? So let's go here with you and here with you. That's going to give me my civilian back, but I need to go right here. All right, give me a resource, boom. Oh, I'm running out of people here. Let's go boom and boom. Here and here. Oh man. It's like Spend this guy here to do discipline, but that's not getting me anything. I'm going to be like one person short. One person short here. I don't know how else I'm going to do it. Yeah. Because if I spend both of these two guys here, boom, boom, that gives me a piety. And I'm literally one piety short. I can spend this guy here, but it's not getting me there, and then I'm done. I can't spend that guy anywhere else, though, really. I guess, hindsight, I should have spent one of my guys here, but then I needed that to close up my cohort. I could have, if I had two, I could use it to spend one, but I don't need one. I need an additional one. Again, this guy I could push up here, so I think that's what I'm going to do, because that'll give me one extra VP. Not much at the end of the day, but it's better than nothing. So yeah, we will spend you to go here and here. Okay. All right, final round of picks. We are drawing 8 cards. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Let's count it up here. I also would have really loved the extra favor, because if they come screaming down the left cohort, I'm screwed. Oh, awesome. Okay, we got that covered. We got that plenty covered. Okay, so that we're going to need a favor for. We can do that. We got that covered. We got that covered. Okay, we got that covered. I need this one to be down the middle, and it's not. No, but I got that covered. So one of them is blocked here, and then I have 2 favors I can spend here and here. So I blocked all of that, and then I blocked everything else. So perfect. Came out of it with only -5 points in disdain, but I'm going to get 4 valor here at the end of the game. 1, 2, 3, 4. That's going to give me another push there. So close. Technically, I get these 2 guys back, which I really would have loved to have like gone here and here, and then continue this push here, and then I could have gone here. But alas, you're not allowed to spend these at the end of the game. So they're just lost. So final scoring is going to be real quick. We just look down here. We have 18 here. We have 14 here. I really thought this was my piety track was going to be what I built the monolith for, but it didn't happen. 17 here and 15 here. Okay, path cards. I only actually got 1 filled temple, so 1 completed cohorts, 1, so 2 constructed landmarks, that's 3. Completed wall sections is 2, so 5. Completed wall guard sections is 2, so that's 7. And completed citizen tracks, I did get to 4, so that's 9. -5 points here, so that makes that really a 4. 19, 26, 36, 40, 50, 68. So close. So close. The benchmark of having a truly successful game is 70. Obviously, I would have gotten there if I had not taken 1 disdain somewhere. I would have only taken -3, and that would have given me 2 additional points, and I would have been there. But 68 still is a pretty good score. And again, that wasn't too terribly long. It's a very complicated game, but once you start to understand the strategies and the symbols, then you can roll through this game pretty quickly. As far as like replay value, I think this is one that I will enjoy sitting down and playing several times in a row and then stick it away for a little while, because I do feel like, you know, me pushing my gardens track, I'll probably always remember. But, you know, I tend to always push gardens, theater. This is the first time I really pushed far on my market track, so that's fine. I've gone the scout track before, who knows. I feel like there is enough variety with these cards here and the cards that come out that you're not playing the same game every time. I've yet to complete a complete wall or fort section, so maybe I go for that one day, or maybe I go for completing all the cohorts. If they were to come out with an expansion for this game, I would say that coming out with little scenarios saying, okay, yes, you're still going to go for these scoring VP, but to be successful in the game, you have to have a completed cohort, or you have to have all your forts built, something like that. I feel would like really mix the game up, and that'd be super easy to implement. Maybe we'll just do that ourselves. But otherwise, if you enjoyed this video, please consider giving it a thumbs up. And if you'd like to be involved in more videos like this in the future, please consider subscribing to the channel. Once again, thanks for watching. Have a great day.